anywhere from late 40s to 60 to 70. I'm 65. So they're kind of like right in there together. Then this is just a question for you to write down. What do they need? What do people in this age bracket, or what do people in your audience need? Now, we all know they need plexus, but what do they specifically need help with? So for me, my audience, that 40-ish, late 40-ish to 65 to 70, primarily 50s and 60s, what they need help with is menopause. They need help with aches and pains. They need help with sleep and pain, aches and pains. Okay, so then when I want to drive home some posts for those age brackets, I'm going to post about aches and pains, sleep, obviously digestive issues, but aches and pains and sleep are going to be the two big topics that I've discovered. I can almost always sign someone up if I'm starting to post about those. So, all right. Let's move on to my philosophy. This is the way I approach posting. And you don't have to adopt this. This is totally just an idea, but my ideas, just like your ideas, may act as a springboard for new ideas. So Mondays, I post something that I've read, something that I've learned from something that I've read. Usually I try to get something motivational. You know, we all have motivational books and business books that we read. There's usually something in there, even if there's just a quote. That's worth posting. Tuesdays, the topic of the week. Now, I do it in themes. So I'll have a week where my 2 or 3 plexus posts, and that's what I go for, is 2 or 3 plexus posts a week, will have something to do on the theme. So next week, October starts, and October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we've got a gift. Usually Tuesday I'll educate, Thursday I'll put a post that has to do with the theme. I've tried to remove all the thinking at the last minute. Now, with October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you could post all month on that, because that's where our company started. But there's a whole lot of things in there that you can post on. So Wednesday is usually a random post, but it's on my general topics. So it'll be dog life, books I've reading, family life, movies I've seen. So that's what I'm going to post on Wednesday. I'll usually have these things going through my stories all the time, though. In Instagram, my niche is gratefulness. So there'll be some of that on Facebook as well. But everything falls into me being grateful. So that works. If I do a live that week, I'll do it usually on Wednesday. And I'll do it on something that I've already posted on. Because I know I'll say something, and I don't prep a lot on the lives. I hear people complain about they're just kind of random and they kind of just go all over the place. That's okay. It's endearing. It's sweet. So Thursday, again, I share a story on the theme. So breast cancer awareness, there's going to be a story that I'm going to look for that has something to do with breast cancer awareness. Now, how do I find the stories? Okay, couple of ways. They're in, if y'all have, I don't know, everybody's in different groups, but if you have a wellness community page from your diamond, she usually has something where you can pull stories, often your diamonds page. But here's something that most people don't know. If you go to Facebook and look at the top of Facebook. Let's see if I can get it in there. Do you see where it has the magnifying glass? You can type in breast cancer and plexus, and you'll come up with stories from all over people who have posted it. Most of the times, those are up for everybody to share. I will give you a hint if you want people to view it, take the story and just simplify it and rewrite it. Use their picture, just rewrite it. Because those stories get cut and pasted a lot, and people, it won't be in their own words, but the Facebook algorithm has seen it several times, so it will cut it down. So that's a real easy thing. You're not going to change the intent. You're just going to change. This is what she did. You could write it like that, or this is how she felt. Okay, Fridays is the day I try to do reels. So you can do reels in Instagram, and I just look for ideas and I say, okay, I can do that one, and I'll do that. And there is a learning curve. I'm 65 though, I can do it. So anybody can do it. I'm here to give you hope. You can do this. Make sure that you set it so that it saves to your phone, or you save it to your phone, and then copy it over to the reels on Facebook. It does not automatically go there. If I don't do a reel, if I'm just don't want to, or run out of time, because they do take more time, they take more thinking, then I do a slim post or a business post. Okay, so if y'all have questions, you can jot them down and put them in the chat if you're interested, if you want to, and then I'll come back to it. I'm going to check the chat right now, and there's not anything, so that's okay. I just don't want to ignore people. Okay, so what do I try to do with all of the posts? Educate, empower, edify. And when I say edify, that means inspire or try to give them some humor. I love humor. I love laughing. That's an easy way to go. Okay, let's talk about breast cancer ideas. Who has an idea for a post on breast cancer awareness? Any ideas, anything you want to share? You can unmute yourself and just talk. There's just a few of us on here.
Maybe like doing a self-check, a self-exam.
Very good, very good. And you know what? We have a kit that does that. Good idea. Anything else?
I think if you did that on a Tuesday one with your schedule, then you could do on Thursday, you could do a story if you know somebody, or if you've, especially if you've had yourself or a family member that's had breast cancer, you could tell a story about that.
That's absolutely right. Absolutely. Good, Anita. Thank you.
And I
Any
think
other-
even from talking to you earlier today about just something about gut health and cancer, breast
Right.
cancer.
Right. Very good. And I'm going to go into a little bit more of that in just a minute. So any other thoughts that you'd like to share? Okay. So here's some ideas for you to jot down, and then you can add to it and put your own flair to it. But this is a process, and enjoy it. And don't grade yourself. Breast cancer ideas. So this could go through the whole month. Our corporation had a start in breast cancer. Our company is 12 years old. It has 0 debt, and it's been recognized by a lot of organizations. But we started as a breast health company. Most people don't know it. Most people see comparisons of weight and how much we've lost and here and there, and they think we're a weight loss company. It's a great month to just kind of remind people where we got our roots. And I got this from Jennifer Leaf. Our product line was birthed out of supporting women going through that trial. That's why we have so many products that help build stronger bodies, stronger immunity, and that's really how our whole product line was born. And then Plexus Slim put us on the map. Now, what does Plexus Slim have to do with breast cancer? Any ideas?
I think that sugar, and I'll turn my camera on, but I'm a hot mess. Excuse me. I think that sugar relates so much to cancer, or cancer loves sugar. And so that's
Right.
one reason to fight against the overuse of sugar and everything.
Absolutely, that's correct. And
hormone balance.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Very good. Too much estrogen makes breast cancer grow. Also, diabetes. There's a
Mhm.
relationship between breast cancer and diabetes. These do not have to be long posts. You can just say, did y'all know? And you put it in the graphic that has the little colors and stuff behind it. Did you know that there's a relationship between breast cancer and diabetes? You can just say that, and people may no, I didn't, or what? I didn't know that.
Another one that's really good that I was thinking about posting, I forgot which page. It's on Instagram. It might be the Food Babe or one of those that promote healthy, kind of raise awareness of what's in our food. But there's a post specifically about the whole pink theme and how a lot of the companies, and I would use this carefully, we don't want to bash companies, but in educating people, it's about raising awareness of all these companies that use that pink ribbon to sell things to get more profit, but they are selling foods with ingredients that cause cancer. So it's a really good, if I find it, I'll share it with y'all, but it's really good because it shows specific ingredients that are known carcinogens, and it's just deceiving. And so that you could turn that into a positive post about how our company, how much we appreciate that they choose healthy ingredients and clean ingredients. So
Right. Very good.
Though, when I saw that, I thought, wow, that's horrible, because they're trying to act like they're helping cure, prevent whatever breast cancer, but they're causing, can't say they're causing it, but their ingredients could be causing it.
Yeah.
You have to carefully when you're on.
Yeah, you do have to be careful. Okay, so that's a little bit about how you could make it into a corporate and talk about our company. Our breast cancer awareness products. Well, obviously the breast cancer kit. That's a good one. Now, you could actually do a live, and I've seen this done and it's hilarious. Katie Ciccarelli did a breast cancer kit and she did it on her husband. And she put a little bit of salt underneath on his skin, and then she did it. It was hilarious. But so that, for those of you who are brave, that's an idea. You could do it on the on the tabletop with just a little bit of salt, because what it does is it magnifies the feel. Okay. Post ideas for breast cancer awareness. Blood sugar. High blood sugar promotes breast cancer. Now, anything that I'm going to put in, when she puts this on in our group, I can put the links in to the medical articles that you can then put in your comments. And some of them are so medically, that's not a word, but you know what I mean, that you're not going to want to really pull a lot from it. But what it shows people is that you're thoughtful, you're thinking. And I homeschooled for 24 years. I had some students who are doctors now, and they will come back and challenge me on some things I've said. And I said, well, where did you get that? And it's like, I get all nervous and scared, and it's like, okay, well, here's the article, I read it, and I just send it to them. So if it's there with the post, then you don't have to defend it. It's there. It's for them to read. But you want to keep it in the comments. You don't want to put it in the main body of what you're saying. Okay, gut health. There's a direct relationship between probiotics and breast cancer. Now, here's a fun fact. 1.6% of people take probiotics in the US. Greens, there's a direct relationship between breast cancer and eating dark leafy greens. I don't eat 9 to 10 servings of dark leafy greens every day. Most people don't. So then our product greens is a good option to add in. So these are individual posts that you could make about all of these products and how they tie in, or you could just do one. Okay, magnesium. There's a direct relationship between magnesium and breast cancer. So thinking about one of those items, let's just throw out some ideas about how would you tie in, say, diabetes to breast cancer. What would be something interesting that you could say about that? That would be kind of a teaching type thing. Any ideas? Okay, well, think about it, because that's the goal, is to draw the lines to how our product, ProBio5 and Vital Biome together create a wide spectrum of probiotics that can help you build a stronger, healthy body. Now, does anybody just ask yourself, do you have access to your information sheets for each product? Some people are really good. I think Cheryl Muller is one of those who keeps them all on like in a notebook. And if you don't, that's a really good way how you can build your professionalism. Print them out and 3-hole punch them and put them in a notebook. And the reason you might want to do that is because anything that's on the information sheets, you can claim. That's the company has put it out there as an information sheet. That's something that we can claim, and if it has website links on there, you can use those links in your comments yourself. What you can never say is you can never say that Plexus cures anything. My friend Angela, who has lupus, she's feeling much better. She still has lupus, but she's feeling much better. It's helped her strengthen her body. So you can say things like that. So we want to be professional network marketers that have that use the information sheets accurately. Now, the best way is to kind of come up with like a humorous way to do this so that it's professional, but it's it's not driving something home or so like an infomercial. You don't want to go for that. Okay, now here's an idea of what I did today. And I have conversations in my head all the time. I think that all women do. So here's the conversation I had this morning. I just actually pulled it out and wrote it down. Me, good morning. What a wonderful, beautiful day today. It's going to be such a great day. And then underneath that, anxiety says, there's a hurricane. Better watch the news and keep track of it. Under that, I wrote what the news says. This is the one we've all been concerned about. We're expecting devastating numbers in Tampa. Me, this is what I said, or my thoughts. I roll because they're so overly dramatic on the weather. I get it. They have to get people's attention. Then under that, pop a vital biome, maybe an extra. You can do that when it's a probiotic. Not today, anxiety, not today. And then under that, I wrote what vital biome would say if vital biome were talking. In the State Farm guy's voice, that guy who talks really deep. I'm the supplement that supports your serotonin and dopamine master cells that are created in the gut. Let's improve that mood. I've got you covered. Okay, so you can have talking probiotics on your page. They can say things. Now, this is not my idea. I took this idea from Shay Jones and just adapted it for today because it fit. Okay, that's what's great about our community. Take their posts, don't just copy paste, switch them up, put your voice to it. Okay, the good comment that Anita's made in the chat, if you Google deficiencies related to breast cancer or any disease, you'll find articles about vitamin D, minerals, magnesium. You could use those reliable sources, then show how you can help. Right. Okay, perfect. Those are simple ways. Now what we don't want to do is we don't want to become too sciencey. And that's where I bend towards, because I am a red green person. I will go for information. Give me the information. I'm also a researcher, so but that doesn't grab everybody, but it grabs some people. So try, if you make it funny, then it's even better. Talking probiotics, I think, is just genius. So all right, monthly calendar. Do y'all know about the National Day calendar? nationaldaycalendar.com has a list of all of the monthly observations that will tell you what each month focuses on. So like October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But did you know it's also National ADD, ADHD Awareness Month. It's also National Book Month. So all of those things can be tied into our products very, very easily. All right, so give me an idea of what you would do with the ADD or ADHD as an idea for a post.
I think testimonials about kids especially, but adults too.
Right.
I've seen so many that it has helped with either Slim or, you know, I've heard several different or seen several different products that seem to help different people. So Slim or X Factor Plus, some that are more anxious, like Vital Biome. You kind of have to talk to the person and get some ideas, but you could at least share a testimonial about that.
Yeah, you could share a testimonial. Anything else? You kind of alluded to it, Anita. What else would you do?
I would do a reel showing myself and trying to work, but getting super distracted by 10,000 things going on in life.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's great. That would be perfect.
And then what's the solution to that?
Right, right. And that's perfect. Okay. Anything, anybody else?
Messy. I could do my son's messy room
Oh,
or
yeah.
messy workspace, his computer space.
As I
And
look
then,
around. So,
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah,
or
don't
I
throw
could
your
do
son under
one-
the bus unless he's agreeing to it. So
No, this is true. This is true.
You
No, just
definitely
the
do need
line.
to incorporate humor, like, because I like what y'all are saying, because even though it's a serious problem, if you can throw humor out there, it helps them to know, it just makes them relate a little bit and
Yeah.
feel a little more comfortable about trusting you. You're not just being, like you said, sciencey and everything. So,
The messy,
and I don't know what
messy
I
mind,
alluded to.
the messy mind of an ADD.
You
One
could
person.
do like
Yeah.
people just got back to school, so you could do like trying to get ready to go to school and get out the door, and struggling with that in a funny way with your kid, like play it. I see it like playing and fast forward, like fast motion on the reel,
And
yeah, I think that's
and
perfect.
always
kind of
and
robotic.
always leave and always leave something behind. Oh, I gotta go, crank the car and go, I left my purse. Turn it back off, go back in. Okay, but I got the kids. Got it.
Yeah. See, those are great
That's
ideas.
perfect.
Those are great ideas. Now, what products, once you come up with the idea of how you would share on the issue, what products would tie in with that? And there's a bunch of them.
Metaburn is my favorite for ADHD. I tend to have ADD at least, and Metaburn really helps. And we have rhodiola, and rhodiola is scientifically proven to help with ADD and ADHD and focus.
Okay. See, I didn't know that, and that's great. That's
Mhm.
great.
Edge.
Edge. Good. Yes. Good.
Active, my son calls it his think and drink.
Right, active is a good one too. So. So you want to think in stories, you want to think in products, and you want to think in just the little bit of science that you know how it works, like the rhodiola, or it gets more oxygen to the brain.
And the kids' drinks and
Oh, yeah.
probiotics.
Yes. Now it's not always real easy just to say, this is the fix for this. Sometimes there's always that playing around with it. But what I kind of sometimes I've kind of thought, wish we didn't have to do that, but doctors do that all the time. And they have you buy a medication and you don't get to return the medication, but they can with our products.
I'm so glad you said that, because they are practicing medicine.
Right.
We are health coaches
Right.
doing the same thing. We're
Right.
practicing and we learn. Oh my gosh, you just turned a light on for me. Like, it was just like this light bulb moment that, you know what? Yes, it's okay. And I think to even say to people, this may not, what you start with may not be what you end up with, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And
we're
that's what I say all the time. I say, and I drive the point to them that even just like doctors, they'll have you buy a medication. Sometimes it works and sometimes you don't, but at least you're going to get your money back if it doesn't work with us.
Well, and they're also not spending with us the time off work or off school going to the doctor and waiting and waiting and waiting in the labs and all that expense too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't discourage them from going to the doctors, but.
And there's no side effects.
Right.
There's no pages and pages of warnings and side effects.
Right. Right.
I love this.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. Some of you may have heard about fonts and may have seen that you can change fonts on your post. So if
I was going to ask somebody that. I just saw somebody do that and I wanted to ask how they do it.
Okay, when you're on your phone, or you can do it on a laptop too. If you'll just type in fonts and press go, there'll be several different.
Type it in where?
In the search bar.
Of what app?
Well, the one I was using was.
I mean, Google. Are you in okay, you're in a browser, not Facebook.
Right. Right.
Okay.
I'm in my my Google Facebook, my Google app. And it's a font generator. The one I like is Lingo Jam. So I guess you could just put in lingojam.com if you wanted to. So I will type my post out either in a Word doc or in notes on my phone. Just depends on where I've gotten the idea. And then if I want certain things to stand out, I'll copy that into where it says text goes here under fonts. And then it will pop up in the box below it. And you can just scroll. You may have to play around with it for a while, but you'll like just scroll up on the different fonts that you have there. Is anybody working with it, seeing that?
But how do you get that once it's typed the way you want it? How does it get into Facebook without changing it? Because I tried. Okay, because one time I tried to do that and it changed it to plain text. So I did something wrong.
It shouldn't. You're not going to want to take what's in the top box, but you're going to want to take what's in the bottom box and copy that. And just keep in mind that these are apps, and so sometimes they have weird days, and so does Facebook. Sometimes it has weird days, and it just isn't cooperative.
Can you repeat that app that you're working with, please?
It's Lingo Jam,
The fonts?
lingojam.com. That's the name of the fonts.
In a different one because mine says it's a translator. LINGOJAM.
Right, .com.
That's what I'm in. Does it
Okay.
say create translator? at
Yeah,
first?
just ignore that.
Okay, where do I go to get out of that?
Well, you're gonna, did you click on the create a translator?
I didn't click on it.
Okay, do you see the white box under where it says fonts for Instagram?
Let's see. This is what mine shows right here. Can you-
Okay, that is not what mine shows. This is what mine shows. This is what, let's see, what you should be
Oh.
seeing.
Scoot it down just a little. Lingo Jam. Okay, it's spelled that way. Hmm.
I think it does say a translator to convert normal text to fancy text. So it's not translating language wise, it's just translating it into fancy text. So I think your screen's okay. I don't know if I can share mine or not. Let's see.
So I clicked fancy text generator. It was one of the choices. And now it has this on it.
Okay, so that's what you want right there.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
And so in that top box, you're gonna type in, like I may copy what I have in another location, like from my notes, let's say.
Mhm.
Like, and a good thing to copy would be like your first thing that you've said, because that should be your hook. That should be, you want it to draw attention to it. Going back to breast cancer, I mean, it's kind of crass, but you could reference tatas and you could highlight that, put that in here, and then find it in a bolder font. And there's usually really only 2 or 3 things in there that I use.
Okay, so I just typed I love you as a test and it generated that. And then I was able to put it in a Facebook post and it changed it a little bit, but it's still different.
Yeah.
To stand out.
Yeah, it does. And you can, that second box underneath the first, there's a whole lot of options. Just keep scrolling through.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just use the bold ones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to give you just kind of a little thing to think about. You can do this the way I've showed you on this, but if you stick to this, you have to be willing to change. Because every year you'll be thinking the same products, you'll be thinking breast cancer awareness. There may be some new things, new research, new information out. You can always add that, but you want to throw in some other things. Like Carissa Casey did a great post that I'm going to do in the next few days on Candida yeast. And just basically it's about stick your tongue out. Most people don't know that a white tongue is an indicator. So I try to tell the story in my posts from in the whole year of what you want to, what gut health is and how it can affect you in everything, with little bits throughout the year. If that makes sense. It's like, well, what is gut health? Well, gut health is not just you going to the bathroom. It's more than that. But how can I teach that in a funny way? Or how can I teach that in a endearing way? And so I look for those posts that hit the right part for me. Okay, so tell me, do you have some ideas for posts next week? Have I overwhelmed you? Sorry, I'm sorry.
Product of the month, because that'll be coming out soon.
Yes, yes.
So whatever that typically helps, you can focus, you could tease them with that topic and then introduce the product.
Right. True.
So Leslie, how much are you planning to post about the breast cancer awareness? We talked about sharing 2 or 3 plexus specific posts in a week, and keeping the rest not so like honed in.
Right.
So how many breast cancer related posts do you think you'll do in October? Are you going to look at, since we're coming up on a new month, are you going to look at it as like 1 per week, or?
I will probably, I'll probably do 1 per week. And I'm probably going to focus on greens because I don't think many people know that piece of information.
Okay.
I will also do something about ADD, ADHD, because my son has that. I may have it myself, but I'm not diagnosed.
Mhm.
So, so I'll also probably talk about the relationship between diabetes and breast cancer, because I don't think many people know that as well. So I'll probably have 4 informational posts about breast cancer awareness. They may be about products. They may be relationship of things to the disease itself. And if I can get my husband to do it, I may do the live.
That sounded hilarious. I hope you do. Please tell us when you're going to do that.
Okay.
I want to be on live with you.
We'll see. You know,
You may have to sneak up on him though, right?
well, I'll sneak up on him with the breast kit. The thing is that he and I really play well off of each other. We used to do marriage minutes every Thursday evening, and it became hilarious. And we kind of quit because we ran out of things to talk about. I'm not sure how we ran out of things to talk about, but we did. Anyhow, so anytime we're together, we kind of just get each other going. And so
That's awesome.
Just recycle the content.
Really,
we could-
for real.
Yeah. You can probably do 60 days worth or 60 Thursdays. That's half a year.
yeah, we could do, we could.
And then just,
I'll have to see if he's up for it. Sometimes his career, now that he's retired, he's a little more looser, but sometimes his career kind of, it's like, because he's an attorney. So it's like I've got to think about that side of me. It's like, who's going to be seeing this? Is this the judge who's going to see me? So, but everybody knows you have a personal life. So,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And my husband, I can't put any posts on about him because of his job. So,
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
he
Well,
has
what are
to-
some real ideas for the breast cancer? Because we know that Facebook as well as Instagram, Facebook, I don't know, did y'all notice a shift in how many comments like you were getting on your Facebook post in the last week or so?
I had one that I didn't get any posts on it, any comments or anything on, which is unusual. I
My
usually
story
get,
viewers, my story viewer numbers have been really weird, and they will go up and down in a sequence that I posted at the same time,
Mhm.
which means Instagram's making it skip them for the people. And then if I'll have one go up, I'll click on, if I don't know them, I'll click their profile, and it's usually some really not okay person. So I have to
Yeah.
block them. So something squirrely going on with all of that.
I noticed today in mine that if you open up Facebook, you no longer get the stories, you get reels.
Oh, mine has stories at the top.
Well, mine has stories at the top, but I have to go to it. It defaults to reels.
Show us what you see on your phone.
Okay, so this is what I'm used to seeing, where it says stories, and see how stories
Yeah.
is in blue and it has the underline.
Uh-huh.
What I'm seeing, every time I open my phone now, this is what I see,
Wow.
the reels.
That's what's happening. I thought so.
See, mine has a stories and a reels right above for the story show. Like
Mhm.
you could click on reels to see them, but mine's still on the stories. That's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll do different people different ways, but that's what it's going to move to then.
Yeah.
Is it's going to move towards that. How many friends do you have on Facebook, Leslie?
Me?
Mhm.
Gee, I don't even know. 2.3K. But you know, half of them are probably Plexus people, or actually 600 of them are Plexus people.
Oh, okay. So that's your followers, 2.3K.
Yeah.
So that's probably why you've got a big account. So they're moving you first to the changes.
Well, I also put up reels in Facebook,
Mhm,
and not a lot of people do that. They're keeping their reels on Instagram.
mhm.
I just copy them over and do the exact same thing, do the exact same content, but you have to do it manually.
I think I'm going to start doing that because I was looking to make one, and the Facebook doesn't offer as much as
Right.
Instagram. So it'll be easier, and it automatically saves it to my phone so I can upload it then to Facebook. So
you know, you can,
Why
on
would you
some
not
of your
use
stories,
Instagram? Sorry.
Okay, there's two people talking. Lori?
do you know you can make some of your stories a reel?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if Darlene knew that. And I had done that some this week. It's been good. I've gotten from 27 to 51 to 94 to 107 viewers.
Well, I had a reel go viral last week. Viral is subjective to your own opinion. But I got over 5,000 views in an hour. So I was happy with that, but I still have not worked my way through contacting all the people. So it is time consuming to do that. And some of them are just guys, you know,
The creepy guys. Block, block, block.
they may or may not be creepy. I don't know, but I don't spend my
But you
time.
can tell
Yeah.
if you hear me come back
They-
on.
If they
Yeah,
only
I
have
get
2
so many of
posts,
those.
they only have 2 posts and they have like,
Mhm.
they're following 2,500 and
Right. Yeah, it's so annoying.
yeah.
And they're all retired military and they all have a kid in their picture. And
Yeah.
there's such a stereotype. I was going to ask, why do you not recommend, forgot the cameras on this side. Why do you not recommend doing a story or a reel on Instagram and letting it post to Facebook also? Because I seem to be okay on that for now.
It doesn't work that way. It
You're talking about
reels,
reels or stories? Oops.
stories go to Facebook
Yeah.
well, but doing a reel does not go to Facebook Reels.
Okay, I got you.
It's just not connected to do that.
So you're saying save it from when you do it on Instagram, save it there?
I have it
Yeah.
automatically set in my settings to save to my phone.
Okay.
And
So it's
then
saving it like a video sort of,
yes,
and then you
Yeah.
just create from that. Okay,
right.
thank you.
All right. Any other questions? Any other thoughts? I'm sorry, Kathy, I overwhelmed you. Take one thing. Take one thing.
I'm
Coffee-
looking up hashtag breast cancer in Instagram for ideas and looking for the reels symbol.
Okay. That's a good
But
idea.
that'd be a way to kind of start doing some research to find some ideas, because I really, what we're saying here is to be seen, because we're marketing. This is all about how to be seen and how to get our product out there more in a way that adds value and shows care, but also is entertaining. That's what social media is moving towards, is entertaining. And so we have to look at ways that we can do more video content. And it's just like when we started posting, we had to get used to that, right? And as we do more videos, our brain will just start thinking that way.
It will.
Mhm.
But we all need inspiration. We all need that. And so if you find something, and sometimes you'll come across something that's not really appropriate for you, but you can make that appropriate for you in some way.
Mhm.
And especially with breast cancer awareness, it's a little tricky.
Mhm.
I mean, as a high school kid, I wouldn't even say the word. So all right, so I want to just conclude. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for feeding and interacting. And remember that you're here to serve your audience. Think about who your audience is. Primarily, it's going to be women. There's going to be a few men in there because they're going to read it, and give them something that they can share, a piece of information, a thought, inspiration, empowerment that they can share. And that our goal is just to kind of think things through ahead of time. As professional network marketers, we spend the time to do this. Okay. Y'all have a good week. Pray for Florida. That, especially Tampa, it's my hometown. They're going to get hit tonight or tomorrow with the Category 4. That is a big deal. They have, 60 story buildings on the water. So we have no idea what's going to happen there. I know a lot of them are leaving Tampa and coming to Orlando. So
I plan to do one of these next week for us, and mine will be a little bit different. But it's going to help us plan some content for the week. So my goal was to get together each week and plan our content, because the goal is to do IPA, income producing activity, not just training. We do need inspiration and motivation, but we also want to come away with IPA done. And so I love that Leslie volunteered to go first. Thank you so much, Leslie,
You're welcome.
for sharing today. I love the way you teach. You're so clear and easy to understand. So thank you again. And I will post a graphic. My time will be different, so I can be here and not between two places. Thank y'all for your patience with that as well. So have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. Bye.